Ramon. Good morning. Happy Thanksgiving Eve, everyone.
Happy Thanksgiving to you, Mindy Hahn, and all of your family. I'm so thankful for you and your family in
Hi.
changing my life over the last couple of months. I think for better. I mean,
Right.
you know, we don't know if we're coming or going, but
Yes.
feels like the right thing. So I just want to send you guys my appreciation.
Thank you.
We
That's so
won't be
nice.
able to spend the next 2 days together, but we'll be texting, I think, back and forth a little bit with our picks or our results and all that, and see how things are going over the holiday. But thank you again for everything, and thank you to Team Steam and everyone
Exactly.
filing in. They'll have to catch up. Hopefully, they see the message. Only a handful of you in here right now, but hopefully, everyone sees the intro and just want to thank them so much. Uh, I know we get upwards of 200, 250, 300 views or more. So I want to, and I know some people are just popping in. They don't even know us from two other people in a box, but those that have kind of come in and been the core group of people here, since it averages between, 30, 40, 50, but some come and go. So, even if I say there's a 75 to 100 regulars in the room, maybe that don't chat as well, because, I mean, there's a hardcore group of about, 30 or 40 that are chatting when they come by, that are here. Uh, but everyone equal, just thank you so much for getting into what we're doing. I mean, we're trying to bring
Right.
you hardcore sports handicapping, I think, with our show, Mindy Hahn.
Right. Exactly. I mean, yeah, I mean, it's been quite the, adjustment, for us, but I think it's been for the better as well. We get these in depth now. We get a little help from the chat room as well. And we definitely know that you guys know your stuff out there. So it's also a challenge here for us to make sure that we bring our best every day too.
Yeah, we got to pick winners. We want to pick winners. We want your help, and we want to pass along all of our information to you. That's why we do the research. That's what we do. It's nothing out of the norm. We're
Right.
just sharing it with you, and maybe a little extra legwork. Making sure we say things correctly or have correct information. Sometimes you just can't tell someone, I like this team because of the eye test, but you
Right.
want to say, you want to say that a lot of times because it's that expertise or that feeling of a particular game or matchup. So, all right, Mindy. Well, now that we got all that out of the way, and just again, everyone in the chat who considers himself a member of Team's team, and then those are just stopping by. Have a great holiday, and we'll be back here on Saturday to get back rolling with more college football. We're going to talk today about today's games, of course, pro basketball, college basketball, a couple of games we'll look at. A huge NHL card that'll probably take us an hour, and NFL. We'll look at Thursday's NFL games, the games, the highlight games of your day tomorrow. We know if we're going to be watching games. We got to spend time, family. Don't change the channel. All right.
Yeah, it's like 35 games today, so it's a bunch to get through. So hope everyone doesn't mind if we get through them, maybe a little bit quicker than normal, just so we don't have to have like a 3-hour show. We know basketball is going to start here, pretty soon as well.
Let's pay our bills first and make
All
sure we
right.
keep the GM happy and Tony happy here, and talk about our website, tonyspicks.com, where you'll find our premium picks each and every day, and take a look at those handicapping leaders right now. Mindy's the hottest on the site currently over the last week, and Brandon yesterday coming in with an 8-2 day. Mindy 11-7. I'm not on the leaderboard. I lost 3 games in overtime yesterday, but Mindy, you came through with another solid day. I imagine you were at it in college ball. I know we had a limited NHL, so take a
Well,
look at some of these winners, huh?
yeah, I did win my 2 NHL games there. I was on the Rangers and then over on the Canadians, so got both of those. Started off really hot in college basketball with 6-1, And then again, it's one of those that I lost a couple in overtime there as well. So it's kind of the way the ball bounces sometimes also. And again, it's one of those like, make sure you get your lines when the getting's good also. So you don't miss out on a couple, because that's also, you lose by one or two here or there, that if you had that extra basket, you probably would have got the money also. So yeah, I mean, had a really nice day overall. So looking to keep that going here today. I'm big again in college basketball. I got 4 in the NBA, and then I got a 5-pack there in hockey. So 5-pack in hockey for sale for purchase, a 3-pack in the NHL or NBA, I'm sorry. And then for college basketball, also have an early morning 3-pack as well. So we can get that. Those are the 11 a.m. till 2 p.m. games.
Mindy's lock and loaded with a bunch of plays today. And, well, I've got some plays also up there. Mindy, I'll have a 3-pack of early games for you right now up at
Nice.
TonyPicks.com. Head on over there and click on the All Cappers tab to get signed up, and you'll find the cappers in there. And I'm coming in with a 3-pack of college basketball plays, early morning action, getting started here in just a short time
Yeah.
with that card, and also have a discount best bet. The $15 play, I got it in college basketball today. So
Sure
trying to
you
keep
get
it
that
going.
$15 one. That's Ramon's best bet. And also, it's a nice way to, I know that you already know Ramon, but it's a nice way that you get introduced into his premium packages as well.
And one of the other things about Mindy, your style, my style, higher volume can lead to higher profits. Sometimes there's some volatility. We
For
get
sure.
that. But really, if you're really trying to, you know, you can reduce your stake and make it more reasonable to stay in action throughout the day and give yourself a chance for a big day. When you have a limited card, sometimes you can get stuck with just a 1 or 2 slow day performances, and all of a sudden you're not being able to keep up with your winning. I think that's the way Mindy and I feel when it comes to volume handicapping, especially in these sports such as college basketball or Major League Baseball, or even the seasonal sports, NBA and NHL, because of the sheer volume of games. I mean, if someone can zero in on just 1 or 2 games, that's great. But you have to win quite honestly, in a much higher percentage when dealing with lower volume. So
Hmm.
uh, just a bit of advice there to everyone. Everyone's style is different, so don't think I'm preaching about it. I'm just saying this is what works for Mindy and I. We just can't uh, zero in on those few
Yeah,
games. We got to play these numbers.
right.
That's the way to go for us. So, hello to everyone in the chat. And we're going to say hello to Hamid and Jiz and Blake are here. We know there are others out there as well. So, make sure you use the promo code TonyT at checkout to save 20% off all premium pick packages. Doesn't matter short term, long term, or if you're buying our Team Steam consensus picks, Mindy.
Yes, and thanks
Use
you
that
to the
promo
folks that
code.
do purchase those consensus picks. So, you get them for free right here. But if you ever miss the show, or if you're on vacation, you can't watch over the holidays here, you can purchase some Team Steam winners out there.
All right, Mindy, we should probably get started. Last
Yes.
night, some great action. I think maybe the featured game we talked about was what I think we billed it as probably the featured game, and that was in college basketball, the Creighton game. A great victory for the Blue Jays. They've
Right.
proven, I mean, you had 2 of the top 10 teams right now in the country, and Creighton gets that win. I still like Arkansas. I like Creighton even more now.
Yeah.
I know you watched that game. What'd you think of your Blue Jays?
I thought they played well. I think they got a little bit sloppy, down the stretch there. Kind of let them get back into the game in spots. So again, that's something. If you want to be one of those elite teams, that you have to do, you have to be able to make, plays down the stretch. But they got the win. So maybe you can make an argument that they actually did do that. They did get it done, because you do have to win these close games. But Arkansas, they're no slouch. They have great shooters. They're fast. They're big. I think, like you said, I think they're a really good team. Not sure how Creighton will fair here today. But again, it should be another good one here as well. And again, with college basketball, because me and Ramon have to do the work. We're not going to maybe hit some of the bigger highlighted games later in the day, only because we had to put our lineups in ahead of time.
Yep, no doubt about it. And we've got a nice selection of games, though, including ones involving Power Five major teams out there. So, anyways, Mindy, so we had a consensus winner with San Francisco yesterday, but we really got to pick up the pace here with our team's team. So, hope to get your comments on all these,
Yeah,
folks.
Grand Canyon totally let us down, being up by 15, 20, 25, and letting it get away from us. Darn it.
Yeah, let's get some winners today. We got a huge card to cover, like you said, and just about every, especially the two daily sports here. And we'll start off in the NBA in this one. And what we're going to have here, Mindy, for sure, because of the sheer volume, I always try to give you the latest line. I imagine there'll be a lot of changes on these. These are several hours old as I prepared the work for the 35 games. So, anyway, so in this one, Mindy, it says right there, a pick in 235. Right now, Minnesota is a 1.5 point favorite, total 236.
So which one were we doing there? I thought I saw the Pacers. Was that right?
Yeah,
Yeah. Okay.
Timberwolves and Pacers,
Cool.
and
Cool.
looks like the Timberwolves are taking the action right now, and also shading to the over at this point.
Yeah, Pacers are off, the 2 wins over the Magic there. Timberwolves pulling off wins as well, but just not being able to cover here as of late. Those Pacers are, averaging 117 here a game. I think I'm going to go ahead and take them in this one. I'll take the Pacers here today.
All right, Mindy. Well, the one thing that I gotta like about the Pacers, I mean, that they've so hot covering the spread right now, 9 of their last 10 games, and Minnesota's not doing that great a job covering just 3 of their last 10. Minnesota has covered 7 of the last 10 meetings. 4 of the last 5 have gone over. Man, that's a pretty high total already. Are we going to see one of those games? It seems like it might end up being kind of a high scoring game. The money seems to be coming in on Minnesota. I don't know if I trust that money considering how well India is playing. Let's take Indiana as a premium consensus
Cool.
pick here. Really like that over, but it's so high. And if one thing I've been doing wrong is I've been on the over on some of these high scoring games that have, I don't know, it feels like they're going under. Maybe I need to do a little research on some of these big bombs. Yeah, there's some, 125, 115s that are going on, but
Right. All right. Right away, consensus play. Like it.
yep, yep. And the 76ers and the Hornets here in this one. And now I'm showing the Hornets are up to a 5 point favorite. The Hornets, I mean, I know Philly's got some personnel issues in this game, but the Hornets are dreadful right now.
Right. I mean, those 76ers are 6-1 versus the Charlotte Hornets there as well. Hornets are also on this 3-game losing skid. I like the 76ers here in the spot.
Gosh, Philadelphia is 5-2 against the spread as an underdog, and Charlotte is 1-5-1 against the spread at home. I mean, look, we know the injury situation right now with Philly. We know what's going on there, but geez, I don't know. I mean, for me, just seems like, I mean, Harris, probably in there. Charlotte's not doing anything special right now. I mean, they're just an average team too. So even if you take the two superstars out for Philadelphia, it just feels more like the right spot. The last 11 meetings have gone 8, 2, and 1 to the over, and it feels like that's what could happen here. But I'm going to go with you again, Mindy,
All
on
right,
this
let's do
one,
it.
and maybe we're just not seeing it right, and this is going to be the spot where Charlotte blows out a weakened Philly team. But Cages is saying take Philly. Blake says take Philly. So we got to take Philly. I mean,
Right.
to me, it feels like, okay, I get it. I mean, the stars are out. The lines moved on Charlotte. We know Charlotte is crummy, but uh, remember these are just these underlying trends to me kind of sometimes supersede how teams are performing, especially when you see Philadelphia. I mean, how often are they a dog? Well, they've been a dog a few times certainly, but Charlotte not covering anything at home. All right, we're on another one.
All right, let's do it, Ramon.
Boy, Portland and Cleveland. Nice game here, and I'm showing Cleveland an 8-point favorite. The total's down to 216.
Yeah, like the Trailblazers here. They're 5-1 against the spread off 2 or more days rest in this matchup. I'll take the Trailblazers plus the 8. It looks like money went that way as well.
Yeah, well, I mean, Portland has lost three straight games, and Cleveland has won three straight games. So I'm not feeling totally confident on it right now. My lean is certainly to Portland here, especially getting that many points. I mean, I've been really supportive of Portland. 10 of the last 13 meetings in Cleveland between these two have gone over, but I mean, that spans many, many years right now. So I'm going to go with you, Mindy, on this one. I
All
think
right,
too many
let's do
points. Oh my gosh.
it.
You guys are going to have some action tonight. I'm getting oh,
Yeah, he
it
just said to
is,
lean over as well. Yeah, like you said,
yeah.
you know.
Okay. Well, the series has gone over. It just feels like, you do have Cleveland that can bring that defense, and Portland has been an underrated defense, I think, a little bit. Cages also says Portland, so we're on it now officially as a team play. We want to see your comments and help put us over the top once Mindy makes the call. Uh, do I go? Okay, let's go with the Nets and the Raptors here, and the Raptors are a 2.5-point favorite, 221.5.
Well, geez, I was hitting that over, so I think I'm going to do that again. Hit the over today. 4-1 the last 5 Nets overall. Overs 5-1 the Raptors last 6 here. Also, each of these teams here, they've been scoring in the 120s here. The last 2 games. So, I mean, I definitely think that this is something that they can get done here today.
Oh boy! I mean, Curtis, welcome. I
Yeah.
think so. Man, even Toronto's 5-2 against the spread. Their last 7 are at home this year, right? 5-2 against the spread. Toronto also 6-1 straight up at home. This is not a pick 'em, but I mean they just have to win the game and you get a little extra. They're also covering the spread. Now Brooklyn 4-1 against the spread at Toronto. 4 of the last 5 meetings between these two here have gone under. Do we dare make it 4 for 4? I feel like I want to.
Okay.
Toronto, Toronto. Let's do it. This is crazy. This is crazy.
Nets Raptors over.
We might have a 7-pack here. Oh, you have over?
Is that what you wanted to? Yeah,
No, no,
I had
no.
the over.
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay, no. I'm sorry,
right.
Mindy. No,
Okay.
I'm on Toronto. Okay.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. Sorry.
No problem.
Yeah, no, I had the over in that one.
Okay.
So it's darn no consensus play.
Yeah, well, I mean, we want to put together, and Blake does say fade the Nets. Bad loss yesterday. Nets are definitely, can look pretty bad at this point. Okay, Washington and Miami here. I'm showing Miami is up to a 3-point favorite. Total 210.5.
Goodness, yeah, these lines are moving everywhere. But the overs hit in the last 17 of the Heat's 26 games versus the Wizards off of some rest. They average 117 points a game, and that would be in the last 2 games. I think they kind of recover here. And I think this one here is going to go ahead and hit the over.
All right, Mindy says go over in that game between Washington and Miami, based mostly, I don't know, that sounds, maybe on that series.
Oh, I know. I misspoke. So basically what I'm saying is they average 117 points a game. They've been off pace here the last 2 games, but they should be able to recover. That's what I said. I just couldn't read my writing.
But over is what you were saying.
Yeah, over is my play.
Yes. The move is definitely to the under, but Mindy says go over here. Yeah, I mean, I know, that series history between these two. Washington 4-2 against the spread on the road. Miami just 2-8 against the spread at home. I understand Miami might be getting a little healthy here. They still have been just terrible. I mean, who wants to put these guys back in the lineup? They were doing terrible too. So Washington 6-2 against the spread. Last date at Miami. Give me Washington plus 3 points at Miami today. And that's going to be my play. Mindy says go over 210.5. All right, Mavericks and Celtics now. In this one, looks like Tatum will be questionable here, but the Celtics are still a 4.5 point favorite, 218.5.
Yeah, I mean, Mavericks, they're 3-1 against the spread versus the Celtics over the last 4 games. Celtics are on kind of a down scoring trajectory here of late. They haven't been able to get close to hitting their 119-point average in these last couple of games here as of late. I'm going to take those Mavericks today, plus 4.5.
All right. Well, certainly, I have to be concerned with the Mavericks' poor spread record of late. Just 1-9 in their last 10 games, but this has always been a good spot for Dallas when they've come to Boston, covering 10 of the last 13 trips here. Boston is going 6-1 to the over at home this season, but uh, the series here between these two 4-0-1 in the last 5 meetings to the under 0-4-1 if you do it the old school way like I do. So boy, this one is tough for me, Mindy, but I think I like that 1-9 against the spread last 10 does scare me, but I like Dallas in this spot. I think this
Right.
is the right spot for Dallas. We've got another play here, another consensus play on this card, and we're only halfway through it.
Okay, let's do it.
All right,
Awesome.
Cages says Dallas and under. Okay. So I think that gives us a look at Dallas for Team Steam. And now we have Sacramento and Atlanta in this one. And I'm showing Sacramento underdog here. Atlanta minus 5.5, 240.5.
Yeah, I mean, I know the Hawks are 3-1, versus the spread here over the last year, but geez, I don't like it here in this spot here at all with the Kings averaging 121 points a game. Oh man, I gotta take the Kings at plus 5.5.
I mean, the Kings have just been, they've just been terrific. We know that right now. So they seem to be kind of the team that everyone's kind of having fun and talking about right now. And they're 6-1 against the spread on the road this season. Atlanta has done pretty well in this series, 17-8 over the last 25 meetings against the spread. But this is a brand new type of Kings team, right? Atlanta 7-2 as a favorite. And Sacramento just 4-5 as a dog. This is a crazy, crazy total that just seems to keep going higher. I'm going to have to go. I don't know. I mean, it does kind of look like it's going to be one of those, crazy games, is what it feels like to me. When you see a total like this and the total's getting steamed to the over. I guess it's going to be some wild and crazy game. I'll go over in this one. I trust it. I trust the move. Like I said, I really, it seems like I can't zero in on these type of moves. It's really like costing me kind of. Blake says go with the Kings here. I feel like I've taken too many losses on some of these team totals, but all the numbers seem to add up like it's going to be a crazy game. I mean, it should be, but all of a sudden they start walking the ball up, and all right. Okay, Denver here going up against OKC, and Denver is a 3-point favorite, total 230.
Yeah, the Thunder 5-1 against the spread versus these Nuggets over the last 2 years. I think they're going to lose or kick their losing skid here tonight, Ramon. I'll take the Thunder plus 3 at home.
Oh man, I gotta love the Thunder in this game. I probably would have made it a premium if it wasn't for that. OKC 9-5 against the spread as a dog. Denver just 5-8 against the spread as a favorite. Denver has gone 7-4 to the over on the road, uh, while OKC 6-2 to the over at home. And look at that number, another crazy one. Also, Denver struggles in this series, just 1-5 against the spread last 6 meetings. Let's take another one with
Okay,
OKC.
let's do it.
Oh my gosh,
It's
we're
gonna
just
be a
going
good day,
crazy.
Ramon. Good
We're
day.
going crazy. Curtis Mann's with it. But we got to have this on Thanksgiving Eve. We got to have a big.
Mindy's making her pies and watching her basketball. It's gonna be awesome.
We
Amazing,
gotta
Ramon. Just
gotta
amazing.
have it. We gotta have this card here, right here, right here, right. Okay, Chicago and Milwaukee. Milwaukee is down to a 6.5 point favorite. This total, wow, 223.5. It's gone up 5 points this morning.
Yeah. So it's Blake and Butterscotch. I think they keep telling me to fade the Bulls. Oh, but they're 9-4 against the spread in the last 13 in Milwaukee. The current, I know ATS trends are kind of bad versus the Bulls here as well. But I'm gonna take the Bulls at the plus 6.5 here today.
Okay, Mindy's on those Bulls again. Take the Bulls against the
I don't
Bucks.
regret my anti-fade.
And look, I don't trust this move at all. I mean, I don't get what all the excitement's about in this one. I mean, I can get behind. Look, Denver OKC 230, I could go over in that one. Sacramento Atlanta 240, I can go over in that one, right? I mean, those are some high totals that I can get behind. And I know this total isn't that high, but it's moving higher. So even Minnesota, Indiana, 238, I could get behind over in that one. This move, I don't know what the public or the wise guys are thinking. To me, I don't know. I feel like this is a more of an under game. These teams are combined 5-15 to the under in their last 10 games each. If you know what I mean, like they
Right.
both put
It's gonna
10
be a
games,
little
5-15 to the under, and you match up the 20 games, if you will. And the series is 0-5 to the under in the last 5 meetings. Chicago 1-6 to the under last 7 games. I got under in this one. I'll just prove me wrong, wise guys.
challenge. Wise guys versus
Yeah.
Ramon.
Cages, I think, is saying go under this number. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe it'll go up more. I don't know. I mean, I'm sure it has to do with uh, maybe a positive injury report or something, but the Pelicans are going to take on the Spurs here, and the Pelicans are a 7 point favorite. Total's down to 230.
Yeah, I'm gonna hit the under here on this one. It's 7-1 the last 8 meetings here with the Spurs. Spurs 6-0 to the under in San Antonio when they play these Pelicans. Oh, this is a crazy day, Ramon. Gonna take the under that 230.
Okay. What's so crazy about that? That seems like a
Just
reasonable
this whole
handicap.
day seems a little crazy, right?
You sound like you have a lot of. Sounds like you are enthusiastic about the card, or is what it sounds like.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not, I don't dislike it. How about that?
Well, the teams are combined 6-14 to the under in their last 10 games, respectively. And Cages says he loves the under. Funny, he got steamed out the gate over, but then quick hit down on the under here, like I said, to 230, was as high as 232.5. So that is an interesting move, certainly. You mentioned
Yeah.
yeah, you mentioned the series history, but also San Antonio. This has been a pretty good series for them. 8-1 against the spread. Last 9 meetings here, they've been absolutely dreadful. We know that right now. So Blake says go under 2. Oh my goodness. Okay, I mean um, I don't know. I wasn't really hip on the necessarily on the total, but I kind of feel like playing the game here with you guys and listening to the advice here of the chat and with Mindy. I mean, I like that first move out of the gate is all I was saying there. And well, I think everybody will laugh me out of the room if I take San Antonio again. So let's go under, Mindy, for another play, another premium. Just, like I said, I mean, I feel like as this show is evolving and I'm seeing multiple uh, members of our chat that want to play the game under, makes me feel like that's the way the direction of the show kind of is going for me. So I wasn't neither here nor there. In fact, I was leaning over in the game, but again, I mean, I'm giving out trends that obviously point to the under in the game. And I was just going with my more of a feel and a little bit of metric also. But I like this strategy. So let's do it and take another one. And not going to hold anybody accountable but myself and Mindy and KJs and Blake if we go down. Okay.
Right. We all go down together. Right.
Do we have to? We might have to send them royalties for the sale of the picks over there at
Right.
Tony'sPicks.com. Okay, Detroit and Utah.
We're gonna have their
Utah,
phones buy that package just so they get their cut.
that's right. Utah's an 11-point favorite now. Total is up to 230.
Yeah, Pistons, they're 4-1 against the spread the last 5 meetings here. They're also 4-0 against the spread after scoring 100 in the last game. I think it's a lot of points. I'm going to try the Pistons here. Jazz sometimes has trouble covering like a +9 or higher. So I'll take the Pistons here in this one.
Okay, Mindy does take all those points with the Pistons. I get it. I could see that. So Conley's out, right? But Utah's 5-1-1 against the spread at home. Detroit's taking the money though. 4 out of the last 5 meetings, 11 of the last 15 meetings have gone under in this one. That's where I'm going, Mindy. I'm going under with Detroit and Utah. Detroit not impressing me right now offensively. And I know that Utah is a little bit different team than what we expect now. They do score more points. They've evolved a little bit without Rudy in there, but I'll go under this big number, under 230. Mindy says, take Detroit plus 11. All right, and finally, the Clippers and the Warriors. No PG, no Kawhi, but he gave it a try. He went out there for a game or two. I don't know, but there was one game, half a game, whatever. So, anyways, the Warriors are a big favorite, but I don't know. They're a different team, I guess, at home, and I'm showing them actually up to 9 and 224.
Maybe they are. Maybe they are, Ramon. They're just still. I mean, I know they're covering more at home, but it's not like they cover all the time at home. I'm going to take the Clippers. They're 6-2 against the spread the last 8 in Golden State, 4-0 in the last 4 road games. I like the Clippers here, especially when I keep getting more and more points. I'll take them.
All right, Mindy says take those Clippers, and yeah, I mean, if anything, you kind of wish PG was in there again. I don't worry about Kawhi, I just like talking about him. That's all. So Warriors, yeah, they're still 6-12 against the spread, right? And the Clippers, they've been kind of the under team to a certain extent, if I'm not mistaken. But here, I think we're in for one of the. I think we're going to be, even without PG, I think it just opens things up more for the type of game that we come to expect when we see Warriors basketball. This series has gone 4 straight under at Golden State, but I don't see it that way. I think this is an over city, and this one will be watch one of those late games with a bunch of points. That's the way I feel on this one with Clippers and Warriors. Mindy says take the Clippers, but yeah, Clippers have done pretty well, 6-2 the last 8 at Golden State. So teams aren't really covering spreads at all, these two teams. So the points are fine.
All right.
All right. Yep.
Less than a half hour. Look at us go. We're cruising.
And we got a lot of plays out of it too. Don't forget. I don't know. Do you have time to?
Sure. We'll recap real quick because I know, I think Charles said he came in a little bit late
Okay.
too. Pacers +1.5, 76ers +5, Trailblazers +8, Dallas Mavericks +4.5. Then the Thunder +3, and then Pelican Spurs under 230. We got a lot of underdogs here today, Ramon. Let's go get them.
Oh boy, we'll see what happens.
Where's the cue for these sleeping dogs? But I'm glad they're sleeping because then they leave me alone for a little bit.
Well, we'll see what happens then with this card today. That's a lot of action for Team Steam, and we need to hit one out of the park. Is really what we need to do. So, all right, we got college basketball to look at. We've taken a look at five games here today. Good, good games from around the country as we head into. It's a huge card, so we got some good games. We know there are more games out there. Tony's going to preview a couple of them. So let's get into it.
All right, let's do it.
And we saw Texas Tech. Okay, so we were wrong. Sorry, Louisville.
Louisville. Whoops.
They had like
Would they
20
score like a whole
points.
10 the first half? I mean,
They couldn't even score. I mean, it was just almost a joke. And like Texas Tech was running and dunking and three-pointer land and behind the back passes and lob it off the backboard. It looked like the all-star game out there.
right.
Almost Texas Tech against them. But Ohio State, good game here. Texas Tech by 1.5. Total 133.5.
Yeah, Ohio State putting up 79 points a game here thus far. Also shooting 47% from the floor. Also, look, 42 rebounds, 19 offensive boards versus Cincinnati. That's no joke right there. I know Texas Tech, they're not bad, averaging 70, shooting 43%. But again, they're having trouble really shooting the three, even though they've been playing here so well. I like Ohio State here to win by the 2.
I also like Ohio State to take care of business in this one, Mindy. These teams, they're not getting numbers right now, so maybe we can't really measure it. They're combined 2-6 against the spread to go with those matching 3-1 records so far. But you do have, it's going to be basically how does Ohio State's top 15 offense match up with that top 10 defense of Texas Tech, and that may favor it to be a lower scoring game. And I still think Ohio State has the talent to win this game, especially maybe getting a point and a half. Hopefully, it won't matter there, but I will say Texas Tech 1-3 to the under so far. Kind of think this might be a real grinded out matchup. I'll tell you, I like Ohio State. Let's agree to agree on this one right out the gate. Ohio State. I like what Cage's, the feel on that one with that total under. I do feel like that's the way this one's going to go. I don't think we're going to be dealing with teams in the 70s in this one, Mindy. All right. USC and BYU. This one, I should have mentioned that was Maui Classic consolation round there. And this one, we're going to the Bahamas for this one with the Trojans and the Cougars.
Yeah, BYU 2-2 against the spread, USC 1-3 against the spread. So, none of these teams are really, killing their spread when they get a chance. But both of these teams are pretty efficient on the offensive side in the ball. But to me, it seems like that they're both just playing better defense. USC 56th in defensive efficiency in the nation. BYU 48th in defensive efficiency in the nation. Neither team is scoring anywhere close to 70 points here consistently. I like the under, Ramon.
All right, Mindy says go under USC and BYU. I think she's getting a pretty great number there. I just bumped it up for her. Was as low as 141. The Sharps definitely, though, Mindy, are there was definitely two-way action from what I could see on this one with these two teams. Both teams, of course, looking pretty good, 3-1 straight up. But BYU is 0-2-1 against the spread as a favorite. But USC just 1-3 against the spread so far, despite those 3 consecutive victories. So you said under, right?
Yeah, I said under. I'm like, how do I pick a side with both teams that aren't winning their side?
Yeah, no, I'm going to agree with you. I'm going to go 2 for 2 on this one in college land. uh, with this one. That's the way I see it as well, and I think we're getting the best price. I mean, this open 141. Yes, there was widely reported steam on the over, but I think there's been some sharp buyback on the under, and that's the way I'm going to look as well. All right, we got a comment in there.
All right.
Fonzie, now
Yeah.
look, I mean,
All right. I'm feeling good about
Fonzie,
this.
thank you as well. I mean, you guys could today, Cages, Blake, uh, 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 Fonzie, awesome that you guys are coming in, with the comments. I mean, I want to base some of our picks on the way we all feel about it. So that's what I want. That's what I want to do with
Yeah,
our
and we
show.
don't always have to agree, you know? I mean, we're not always gonna. We all handicap a little
Yeah.
bit different, but it's nice to get consensus when we do.
Right. I mean, because a lot of times also in some of the analysis, Mindy, goal, 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 Japan, goal. Japan leads 2-1 in the 83rd minute right now. Possible upset of Germany right now. Goals were hard to come by. I told you I'd give you a goal call. I think I
You
actually
did.
when we were in the show, but just happened to glance up and see that Japan, and that was a worthy goal call because right now they are just 10 or so minutes away now from upsetting Germany. There were several games with no goals. I think 4 games with no goals.
That's what you said. There's been lots of under.
Right, but here Japan, really now just minutes away from pulling off the upset. These little guys, I don't want to say it like that. These guys are much smaller in stature against their German opponents here, and right now they just blasted a goal. Just terrific action. All right, let's continue
That was
on.
amazing, Ramon. It
Oh
was well
my
worth
God.
the day wait.
That was an incredible goal right now, and you just got to feel the excitement for another huge upset at the World Cup. Those upsets are not going to stop coming at this point in the group stage. It feels like with some of these powerful. It's funny because a lot of people wanted to go with Argentina, and Argentina ended up losing. And so many times, really, what it has come down to a lot of times in the World Cup is, quite frankly, a European-based team will win when it's in Europe, and
Okay.
a South America-based team would win if it's in, South America. So, like kind of like that, and you just don't know with it really in a Middle Eastern country, if you will, Arab nations. I kind of played the uh, regional card a little bit and got taken down a little bit early, but it just seems like because of the nature of this tournament, the elements and where it's being played, I think we're going to see more of these type of upsets, and obviously there'll be some great upsets. I would think 1 or 2 in the knockout stage. Okay, so let's continue on. That was just my thought there, as it looks like another powerhouse is going down. Okay, so we're on it with the under in USC and BYU. That'll be, hopefully they'll just cut that part of the video off.
Oh,
Snap.
that is like the best part. I'm like gonna stick that with my favorite button. So I'm gonna
We don't
replay
need
it
the
over and over. I'm gonna
soccer
put it in my
handicap.
Twitter, in my DM, everywhere.
We don't need the soccer handicap in the middle of the BYU. But let's continue on with
It's sports, though. Why
Tennessee.
not, Ramon? Why not?
Another game there in the Bahamas with Tennessee and Butler here in this one.
Under. Trends everywhere. Under. Butler, they're 3-0 against the spread. Tennessee 1-2. Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna just hit the under in this game. Under's 5-1 in Butler's last 6, following an ATS win. Under 6-1 in Tennessee's game. Whenever they have an ATS win. So yeah, I like the under here a lot in Butler and Tennessee.
Yeah, and I just cost us 1.5 by being honest, because that's what Tony Tony's picks is all about, not just Tony, but Tony's pick. We're all about transparency and honesty, and we're going to go under 135 with another consensus play. I
Cages,
think for
yes.
me here, Mindy, look, Butler, they're 3-1 against the spread. UT just 1-2 against the spread, even though they're both above 500 at this point. Butler 3-1, Tennessee 2-1. Butler has won and covered two straight. Just look at that move though. Open 136.5, down to 135. That's the direction I want to go. I want to be on this steam right here and go under Tennessee and Butler. Mindy, we're 4 for 4, 3 for 3,
Curtis
and
had a pick on that one too.
great. Uh, Hammer the under. Is that what was Cages also talking
Yep,
about?
that's this game. Yep, yep, yep. There we go.
Okay. And Curtis Mann says Vols with the W. Is that with the cover as
Yeah,
well? Because
yep.
I was actually leaning Butler in the game. So I don't want to, thwart Curtis Mann if he's just picking a straight up pick or against the spread. I kind of like the Bulldogs actually with the number, but let's take the under for sure in that game with Tennessee and Butler. We're 3 for 3 here as well. Blake also says under. That's okay. Okay, I mean,
Oh,
this
money
is
line.
what I want
Okay.
to see. This is what I want to see, and I hope you guys are just agreeing. You guys will type in if you disagree, right? I guess they do. I guess they do.
Yeah, they do all the
Curtis
time.
says money line. Okay, so good.
Yeah. So I lean Butler as well, Ramon.
Okay, well, that's what I mean, these and Don Betts, welcome. That's Don Betts. That's a great handle that you have, and maybe Mindy will remind me, or we'll take a look. I might have some notes on EMU and Winthrop.
Yeah, I'll
Um,
have to check.
yeah, Winthrop. I'm trying to remember what happened yesterday because I was involved in a premium, I think, in that game. So Fresno State and Washington now, Mindy, in this one, and I'm showing Fresno State. It's now Washington -2, total 125.5.
Yeah, this one's a little bit, interesting here. I think Fresno State, they're, only averaging 58 points a game so far this season, while Washington is scoring 71 and a half points a game. Washington does shoot better from the field here. Also shoots like, I don't know, 12% better, from 3-point range. So it's kind of one of these things that I'm kind of worried about this -2. And also, it's one of these where, Cal Baptist came in and kind of put it to Washington. But I like some of these players here for Washington. I think I'm still going to stick with them. I'm a little bit worried about this -2. I kind of feel like it's something I don't really know what's going on when statistically everything's on Washington's side here in this one.
Okay, so you're gonna take the Huskies
Yes, I'll take
in
the
this
Huskies.
one. Okay, got it. Yeah. Yeah, I mean Fresno State, they're not covering any numbers, but neither is Washington, right? I mean, but Washington at least has won 3 of their 4 games, whereas Fresno's 1-3 straight up and 0-3 against the spread. Washington, that 3-1 straight up record, 1-3 against the spread. So they're just contrasting a little bit in a way, and also contrasting in this way. Fresno's 0-3 to the under, Washington's 3-1 to the over. So
Yeah.
far. So, what do we make of that? But I think for me, let's see what we got in the chat. Huskies spread here, and Mindy said Huskies spread here as well. I'm not so sure, guys. I'm not gonna. Man, two and Mindy should make me go, but for me, this has just gone too. I think the under is the way to go. I missed out totally on this, so it's going to be a free play for me. It opened 129.5, and now is down to 125.5. Still like an under. The numbers to me say it's still going to be an under. Uh, Maybe would have been premium quality, but now it's not at 125.5. I'm going to go with under 125.5. Got that terrible number. Mindy says take Washington, and let's also line it up with what Cages and Fonzie was saying with Washington. You guys are definitely on Washington. Won't make the premium consensus card, but let's make note of that tomorrow, Mindy, if that one comes through with those guys.
Yeah, that sounds good.
St. Mary's and Vandy here. And I'm showing right now St. Mary's up to 8.5, total 125.
Yeah, so when I'm on my fourth pie of the evening, this is what I'll be watching, right? St. Mary's here 3-2 against the spread, Vandy 2-2 in each of their last five games. I like the over here. Over's 4-0. St. Mary's last four at a neutral site game. Vandy 6-1 the last seven versus a team with a winning record here to the over. I think this one will be, high scoring. I think they can get over the 125. I don't think it's going to be too tough of a try here in this one.
Yep, and I should have certainly mentioned. I apologize. This one certainly is in Anaheim uh, with these two teams, so neutral site game, and want to make sure we get that clear. Even though it says at,
Oh, okay,
um,
gotcha. Yeah.
yeah, right. I mean, I think I had at on all of them out of habit, and they were many neutral site games that we mentioned. So hopefully we're clear, everyone, that those should all say verses, but we're
Instead of
already through.
yeah.
We're not going to go back and do it. It's all chopped up. I'm
Come
embarrassed,
on. I think we
actually.
can forgive you. I mean, really.
Uh,
All right.
yeah, those St. Mary's wins
You
over
only entered 35 games this morning, so
Hofstra, Southern, North Texas, Vermont, I think, Oral. So St. Mary's is back to playing St. Mary's basketball. They're just rolling through opposition. This spread's getting a little hefty for me. You said the total, right?
yeah, I'm going over
Over.
in the total. Yep.
You said over. Yeah. I'm going to end up on Vandy here. Look, you're great. St. Mary's 5-0, but just I don't want to say just 3-2 against the spread. That is a winning record against the
Mhm.
spread. Well, no, Vandy 2-0 to the over as an underdog so far, Mindy. So that will help your cause. I'm going to take Vandy though to show up and try to get this money tonight, plus 8.5 against St. Mary's. Cages says over Vandy as well. So not a consensus, but we did end up with three on
Yeah.
college basketball. So
So you want to check what you have, Ramon? Me for that Eastern Michigan Winthrop. I have a yes to the +5 for Eastern Michigan, and I also have the over 149. So those
yeah, in
are
fact,
my
uh,
two leans on that game.
is it five though? I thought.
Uh, well, I mean, I don't know. Like again, that's this morning. I did it at
Oh,
like
okay.
6 o'clock my time is when I input the lines.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
Yeah.
because I know the line is definitely, I believe. So Winthrop is a one and. Oh, you're saying that this is what your line was.
This is what
Um,
my line was at like 6 o'clock my
okay.
time this morning.
Right. Winthrop here is a 1.5 point favorite, and
Okay.
the total is 152 in this one. And uh, so Cages says he'd lean over in that one.
That's what I
Um,
had as the over.
okay. Yeah. Even at 152, Mindy, you think that would be okay?
Yeah, that's fine. I would have to go back into it to see what my
Okay.
variance
Well, no
looked
big
like.
deal. I was just
I
reciting.
had
You said
so
5 and 159, and it came 1.5 and 152. But
yeah,
I
152 is getting real close because I had it at like 3 or 4 point variance to the over, so it's getting real close. Like it's probably something I wouldn't play, but I probably still lean, to the over here a little bit on that.
okay, and I'm actually going to say I would need more. I would need more information on this game out of my numbers. Just too close to call there. So hopefully Mindy's handicap on that one is going to be sufficient today. Again, just because you talked about you had your numbers locked in, and that was one of the latest lines actually to come out. Uh,
And that's the thing is by the time we get through, the show and get prepared, like
right.
you said, all those numbers
Well,
blow up
it was
early on.
one of my on my sheet. Only about 5 games where I had not been able to get to even seeing what the line was yet, and that was one of them. So, okay,
Cool.
we've got NHL hockey now coming up. A big card as we head into the holiday. So I know we'll end up with something here, and let's get rolling on it. This
Oh
big
yeah. So
card.
to recap, we had
Oh yeah,
Ohio
thank you.
State, and then we had BYU, USC under 143, and then we had Tennessee Butler under 135.
Okay.
Cool.
Well, we got action.
Everywhere.
If you ever miss our picks, you can subscribe to them over at Tony'sPicks.com. Keeps Mindy and I coming back each and every day, or well, 6 days a week, with this show, with you guys in this chat. And we know it's a little bit of a cost over there because we are helping this company, Tony's Picks, run by selling those picks. If you miss them, you can go over there. Make sure you use the promo code TonyT at checkout. We don't want you paying full price on these picks that we're about to give you for free. But if you do miss them and you really want to know what Team Steam had, Mindy, not just you and I, like when we started out, what we're all feeling, I think, in this room as we go along. Okay,
Yeah,
cool.
don't be shy. Give your picks. We like to see
Yeah.
them.
Yeah,
It's
and
okay.
we don't have all of our hockey experts here today, but that's okay. We'll give you plenty of picks on this 15-game card, I'm sure. And start it with the Coyotes. I don't even know if I got my goalies ready here, but we'll just have to roll with it. And maybe I can give alternative goalies if I see them. But this one might look pretty good with Vejmilka and Ranta. But the line's not too great because this is the biggest line of the night.
It's crazy. I mean, both these teams coming into this game off of, losing their last couple, during these, losing streak, Coyotes are putting up, I don't know, 1.75 goals. Hurricanes, 2. Oh, geez, not much scoring here. Neither team is, doing much. But there's no way I can take the Hurricanes at minus 350 when they're only scoring 2 goals a game. I'll be taking the Coyotes plus 1.5 here today on the puck line.
All right, Mindy's on that puck line here, plus 1.5 at plus money, plus 125. Yeah, Arizona, they're back to losing a little bit. They are 9-8 as a puck line dog, and you're getting plus money here. And we know Carolina, they're pretty bad as a puck line favorite, 5-10 against the puck line. So Carolina has gone under in 10 of their last 10 of 15 games as a favorite this year. That's pretty significant, I would think, in this one. I'm showing the total at 6, and boy, I think that's where I'm going to end up going. I'm going to go under the 6 here in this one with Arizona and Carolina. I just have a feeling that Arizona's come through for us some. They haven't on some. I appreciate you're on them today. I'm worried. Get this computer started here. Okay. St. Louis and Buffalo here, and I'm showing St. Louis is they're way down, Mindy. I'm showing them now minus $1.45.
Really?
The total is 6.5 over 15.
So they went minus 190 to minus 145. I know when I looked at the lines to put in my games, it was sitting at like minus 165. So still coming down, for both of these teams, though, 3 out of the 4 games they've each played here have hit the over. Blues finally being able to get some, offense together, putting up 4.25 goals a game in the last 4. And we know those Sabres have been also scoring, during that time span. I mean, they've had a few with, only 1 or 2 pucks in the net, but the over here is 5-0 in the last 5 meetings between the Blues and the Sabres as well. I'll take the over 6.5.
All right, Mindy says go over 6.5, Buffalo and St. Louis. I mean, that's the way I'd look, but I'm just not, 6.5. Yeah, maybe not. St. Louis, they're hot. Buffalo's not, but at least Buffalo did beat Montreal and got those 7 goals yesterday. So we both had a premium winner there. I had the over as well. In that game, Mindy. So for me, I'm going to end up. I'm going to respect this move here. I couldn't give it away as a premium right now. If, like you said, could have had Buffalo at probably $1.60 or maybe even higher, and now you're only going to get $1.30 if that. So Fonzie does say he's on the over. In this one. So I'm going to be on Buffalo, though, as my free pick. Mindy says go over 6.5.
That line move was crazy.
Yep, those are the line. Like it's hard to recommend something as a premium play when you've missed out on all the value that you really should have gave out earlier. But as a free play, you can only go one way or the other. Uh, you could always make the argument that hey, St. Louis was favored -190 for a reason. Maybe
Yeah.
there are some personnel situations. Maybe because you have the goaltending situation the way it is in this game. But I don't know if Luukkonen is in there. If that's not going to make the difference certainly in this game. So, anyways. I don't know. Just checking real quick to see Krug active. We knew that. Yeah, I don't know if there's really any quality information. All
Well,
right, Winnipeg going to take on Minnesota, and I'm showing Minnesota here. Definitely a $1.55. 6 under 15. It's ticked down just a notch to 6 under 15.
yeah, Jets have won 3 out of their last 4 games, while the Wild have lost 3 out of their last 4. Jets second in goals against at 41, while the Wild are ranked ninth, giving up 12 more goals than those Jets. Jets 5-0 in the last 5 versus the Central as well. Mindy will be on the Jets today. Jets.
Okay, I'm willing to get on this underdog with you, Mindy. I mean,
Oh,
Winnipeg's hot, 7-2-1 in the last 10. Minnesota just 3-5 at home. That's not good when you're not winning at home, and you're supposed to be a team that, opened a buck
right.
40. Now you're a buck 55. I get it, but yeah, Winnipeg. Hey, you know what they they do pretty well, especially with Hellebuck in there. I mean, 4-12-1 to the under. Minnesota also 4-9-1 to the under as a favorite. Probably let you see where I'm going maybe with that one elsewhere. I think Winnipeg wins this one, and we got a premium consensus play. Okay, the Boston Bruins, amazing to figure. They are the slight favorite now, 6.5 over 15. But Mindy, that just shows you. I mean, Florida's still pretty good. Boston, for all this winning streak we could talk about how great they are. I mean, they're really just barely the favorite. This one, I mean, I'll put it at 115 because that's maybe what some of the square books have it at, but you could probably get it at -110 or so.
Yeah, and it's I don't know if Vegas is just hedging their bets on this one, knowing that there could be a streak that comes to an end or not. I don't know because yesterday they were the underdog as well. I still picked up a win with the Bruins. I didn't mind. But both these teams are scoring a lot here over the last couple. Bruins putting up 5 goals a game. Panthers averaging 4 here as well. Overs 10-4 in the Bruins' last 14 games. Overs 4-0 in the Panthers' last 4. Switching for a Panthers team, I don't always think about putting up a ton. But yeah, I like the over here, over 6.5.
I do as well, Mindy. I mean, look, I don't know how you can't not be on Boston again. I mean, they are smashing right now, not only the money line, but they're covering almost all puck lines as well. They're actually a puck line dog here today. Boston, though, you mentioned all those over trends. They're also 6-1 of the overs and underdog. And Florida's gone over in a lot of games too. So I mean, my model has a lot of sevens in this one. So 6.5 over 15 looks like a bargain. Let's go over in Boston and Florida. Bruins own this series, by the way, really long term. I mean, long term. It's always been a good series for the Bruins. So I love Danielle. Nice to have him back. Nice to have everybody here
Yeah,
today.
I mean, we put in the work so you don't have to. I mean, we're the ones that get paid for a living to do this. And so I think that's it. Hopefully you guys can, trust us and our opinion and our handicap. We've been doing it a long time. And I think over time you can see that, we do win a lot. So again, if you want our very best plays, unfortunately, you're going to have to get them over at Tony's Picks. But yeah, I mean, all of these plays that we do put in the work here because we want to make sure that we still give out winners on every game that we produce here.
Yeah, and I'm sometimes, I don't always cater my craft my handicap,
Right.
my comments directly to my pick. Sometimes I just have some important information, and I still might go the other way. But anyways, let's take a look at this one with Toronto and well, red hot New Jersey, also another hot team. New Jersey is minus $1.35, and the total is 6.5 over minus 115.
Yeah, I mean, the Devils won 13 games in a row now, allowed only, 2 or fewer goals in those last 4. While they average about 5 goals themselves, the Devils are second in goals scored. I mean, I don't think they're a joke this year. Also, if you take a look at the favorite in this matchup in the last 27 meetings between these two, the favorite has won. I like the Devils at minus 135 here.
Yeah, I mean New Jersey, they're hot, hot, hot. Toronto's also pretty hot, I'd say. Toronto 7-13 to the under so far, including 3-7 to the under in the last 10 games. Toronto, they have done very well in this matchup, I think, and it does go over this series 11-5-3 in the last 19. But I don't know. New Jersey just seems too hot right now for me to want to fade them at this point. I want to take them too, Mindy. Let's get on this with New Jersey tonight at a reasonable price at minus $1.35. I think Curtis is saying this game over in this one. So let's take New Jersey in this one minus $1.35 and give us a third pick in hockey so far out of 5 games. We're going crazy tonight. The Montreal Canadiens and the Columbus Blue Jackets in this one. The Blue Jackets are minus $1.15. Total is 6.5 over 20. Yep.
Yeah, I mean, Blue Jackets, though, they're ranked 31st in goals against. I mean, people just, easily put the puck in the net here. They've allowed at least 4 goals per game in their last 5. Canadians here putting up, 4 goals a game themselves. I think they're going to be able to take advantage of this lackluster Blue Jackets defense. I like the Canadians here, also 5-2 in the last 7 versus the Eastern Conference here. I'll take the Canadians plus money.
All right. Mindy's on the Habs here in this one. Yeah, at least have a comment on this. Okay. Montreal 2-6 to the under on the road, but Columbus 10-1 to the over at home. And this series has gone over in 7 of the last 10 at Columbus. Columbus does own this series, Mindy. They've won 6 straight meetings. I don't even know if I can get on Montreal here, but I can get on that over. You talked about Columbus, in those high-scoring games. So I'm going to be over 6.5 in this one. Mindy says, take Montreal to finally beat the Blue Jackets tonight. All right, next up, Calgary and Pittsburgh. And Pittsburgh, a 115 favorite. And the total here, 6.5, probably minus $1.15 to the over.
Yeah, Penguins still not, totally impressing me. That penalty kill percentage that they have is pretty awful. And the Flames here, they've barely been scoring as of late. I think I like the Flames in this spot. They're 4-1 in their last 5 overall. Also have the better power play in this one. I'll take the Flames.
All right, Mindy says take Calgary on the road here, minus $1.05 or even money or so, maybe at Pittsburgh. For me, Mindy, I know the series 5 straight unders in the series. Calgary's done pretty well in this series, no doubt about it. And Pittsburgh is 5-1 to the over at home, but for me, I think this one is an under. I think it could be 6 goals or less here, especially with these two teams in this series. I'm going to go under. Mindy says take Calgary, and I say go under the 6.5 in Calgary and Pittsburgh.
All right.
All right. Next up, the Nashville Predators and Detroit Red Wings, and I'm showing the Red Wings here are favored minus $1.10, maybe minus $1.15. Total
Well,
6 over.
yeah. I mean, Red Wings are hot right now, putting up, 6.5 goals over their last 2 games. I mean, that's kinda unreal for a Red Wings team here. Favorites also 6-0 in the last 6 meetings here between the Predators and the Red Wings. I'm gonna have to take the Red Wings at the -110.
Yeah, I mean, Detroit 9-5 straight up so far. That's pretty darn good for them. And like you said, uh, well, Nashville does do pretty well. Nashville 3-5 on the road, but Detroit 5-2 at home. This seems like a pretty reasonable price, actually. Um, yeah, I think I'm going to have to do this. I mean, how can we not? Detroit
Yeah,
minus
me
$1.10,
too.
minus $1.15. They're playing well, certainly. Look, Nashville has done very well in this series. I get that, but Detroit is playing with kind of some newfound confidence this year. Nashville on the road. Let's take them. Let's take Detroit at home. Consensus premium.
And Curtis likes the over.
Okay. Yeah. Well, you know what? I think I like the over as well in this one. I thought 6.5 seemed reasonable actually. So, but let's take Detroit. Give us a fourth play in hockey on this massive 15 game card. Who knows how many more we'll have?
Right. We're gonna make it all back here today, Ramon. Here
Oh
we
boy,
go.
jeez, we're all in. Edmonton is taking on the Islanders here. The Islanders are favored in this one. They're minus $1.15 and climbing. Total 6.5.
Yeah, I like how Sorokin's been playing here as of late. I mean, he's been only allowing 2 goals a game. While what I was gonna say Campbell, but Skinner's in there now, but Campbell, he gave up the 4 goals a game, so I got the wrong goalie there. But anyway, Islanders are still putting it in the net here. They're 4-1 their last 5 home games. Home team 20-6 in the last 26 meetings. I like the Islanders here, -115.
All right, Mindy is on the Islanders here. Yeah, could be Campbell. I know, he has been,
Yeah,
back and forth with this with an injury of late. So maybe that's why I have him listed. But I'm showing there is one site that does have him listed. So uh, I'm not sure actually on the situation there. Edmonton 3-11, last 14 at the Islanders. Not a great series at all for them here, but. The under is 15-6-1 last 22 meetings. Heavy under series here at 6.5. That's where I'm going to go. I'm going to go
yeah, got good goalie play? Sure.
under with Edmonton and the Islanders. Mindy says go with the Islanders today in this one.
4-2-3 puck line.
Sounds like a phone number.
I know. 3-2-1 puck line.
Philadelphia and Washington in this one, and I'm showing Washington. Yeah, 225 total, 6 over 15.
Yeah, both these teams really, I think, have been, playing pretty decent defensively here as of late. But then if you look at, offensively, what they've been putting up, though, I think that just is going to outweigh here the goal play. The over's 3-0-1. The Flyers last 4 versus a team with a losing record. Over 3-1-1. The Capitals last 5 overall. I like the 6 goals here today. I'm going to go ahead and go over.
I do too. I mean, you got to get, uh, you know, got to get this one. I feel like this is the one we've got to be on. Look, Philadelphia, I love them in this spot as a puck line dog. Certainly, this is a spot I like to play them. They're 11-5 as a puck line dog. It's a very reasonable price at +1.5, minus $1.30. Washington just 2-4 as a puck line favorite, but I see it going over. I mean, I see goals here with these two teams. Hey, to me, when I see these teams meet, I'm always thinking that it'll be a higher scoring game, but. I just favor the over in this situation. I think that the move came in on the under, and I look to fade that move in this one. And Scotch, I believe, is on the over with us. So give us a 5-pack, Mindy, right now.
All right.
As we continue to roll on here with the volume plays in hockey. It's a massive card, massive sports card.
That's right.
Chicago and Dallas got another huge favorite here. Dallas minus 300, 6 over 15.
Yeah, I mean, that's pretty steep. Minus 300. Blackhawks are giving up 5 goals a game in their last three. Stars putting up 4.5 goals a game. Over is hit in each of these teams 3 out of last 4. The pick here for me is going to be the over 6 goals as well, Ramon.
All right, Mindy, I don't know. I want to go over right now with Ottinger in there. It seems like, he's able to get it done. Uh, don't really want to take the Blackhawks too much in this spot, but man, I just don't know if Dallas. It's kind of a pick 'em on the puck line here. Um, Boy, I don't know. I mean, Dallas is 6-2-2 in their last 10. Chicago just 2-6-2 in their last 10, and Dallas has gone under 2-7-1 in the last 10. I'm going to go with Dallas on the puck line here. Don't love it, but it's minus $1.10, so I'll lay it
Yep.
with Dallas here against the Blackhawks on the puck line. Default play, I'd say. Okay, the Rangers are here on the road against the Ducks. In this one, I'm showing now it's the Rangers down to minus $1.55. Maybe the Ducks are taking some action in this one, and the total is 6 over 15.
Oh, those Ducks, they've lost 3 out of 4 games, only scoring 2 goals a game, and folks are taking the Ducks. Oh, I like the favorite here. Again, this is one of those it started out minus 175. I thought that was a little bit much, but this 155, I like it. The favorite's 5-1 the last 6 between these two as well. I'll take the Rangers here.
All right, Mindy does say take the Rangers. They're just 8-7 as a favorite. That kind of troubles me, especially considering they're such a big favorite and they don't cover the puck line at all. So they aren't a very convincing road team necessarily here. But Butterscotch agrees with you. Says take the Rangers on the money line and needs somewhere for the Ducks to come through. I don't know if it's going to be here, but I don't want to lay anything on the road in this spot. Rangers have gone under in 9 of their last 10 games. I'm going to go under in this one with Gibby in there. And possibly with Halak in there as well. So, hello, Gerardo. Hello, everybody. Love having you here in the chat. Mindy says take the Rangers. I say go under in Rangers and Ducks. Sharks and Kraken. The Kraken minus $1.75 here. Total 6 under 15.
No Kraken today. These Sharks, they're scoring almost 4 goals in a game in their last 4. Kraken, on the other hand, just totally dried up. I don't know what the heck's going on with them. I mean, they've had 2 goals in 4 games. Oh man, the Sharks, they're first in penalty kill percentage here as well. I'm going to take the Sharks plus money.
All right, Mindy says take those Sharks against her. She likes the Kraken. She's going to go against them here. She's going with her numbers, her analysis, and how the Sharks have been improved of late. No doubt about it. Seattle's still 7-2-1 their last 10. They've been great, but San Jose 12-3 is that right? 12-3 is puck line dog. I don't know if that's. I'm been a bad note there in that one. Under 6-12 for Seattle this season. Boy, this. Yeah.
What to do?
Well, the price. I'm gonna take the Sharks on the puck line. I'm gonna take the Sharks on the puck line. I'm not going to take him on the money line, so we don't have a consensus play there.
Darn. I'll change my mind. I'll go puck line, Ramon. I'll go puck line.
You got some comments about the game, and there's Gerardo agreeing with me there. And so Scott said it too. So, and then we do have a vote for the over in that game as well. So I don't know. I was thinking maybe under. So, okay. Looks like we're just all over the place.
Yeah, all over the place on that one.
I'm not going to make any commitments there. see if we can't find it. We got another couple games here. Might find something.
I'll be watching St. Mary's. That'll be on TV, 2 or 3.
Canucks and Avalanche. Avalanche, big favorite here, about $1.90 or so. Total 6.5 over 15.
Yeah, but the Avalanche aren't giving up any goals. I mean, I don't blame them for being minus 200 money here in this one. Unders 5-0. Avalanche last 5 overall, 5-1-2 in the last 8. I think I'm going to go under.
Okay, Mindy says go with the under with Vancouver and Colorado under the 6.5 goals in this one. For me, Mindy, I don't know, $1.90 seems kind of high, certainly, but Vancouver, for some reason, they just when they see the
We
Avalanche, they
played the
just
Kings
come.
that one time, and that's it.
Well, 30 and 14 the last 44 games. I mean, that has to say something. I mean,
Maybe.
maybe long-term trends don't necessarily work, but I don't know. For me, I'm going to end up with Vancouver on the puck line here, plus 1.5. So I don't know. That's a pretty significant stat. But in your favor as well that the series is 1-5-2 to the under when these two teams play at Colorado. Just Vancouver's 9-2 to the over on the road. So I don't know. Can't get involved with that total with you. I'll take Vancouver puck line. Mindy says go under. All right, and finally Ottawa and VGK. VGK here minus 225, 6.5 over 15.
Yeah, those Senators, they're just having a whole bunch of difficulty as of late. 2 goals a game, lost the last 3 of 4. If I take a look at Thompson, he's been pretty spectacular. Under 5-0 in the Senators' last 5 overall, 7-1-1 Golden Knights last 9 home games. I'm going to be taking under 6.5 Ramon.
All right. Well, I gotta tell you, kind of like that under as well. I mean, VGK has been a total under at home. Ottawa's trending under as well. So, VGK owns this series, but man, minus 225. And I don't know if I want to lay him on the puck line here. So I'm going to go under with you if
All
that's
right.
okay.
Way to
One
finish it
more
out.
play. Well, that gives us a 6-pack, but that's not perfect. But I like the under. I don't think I could pass here. Scotch does say lay that puck line with Vegas. I guess that's the way I would probably lean as well on the side. So that's a look at the hockey card.
We
And
did it.
that's all of today's sports for today. So we do have a little bit more to cover with you. Stick around. Got National Football League for Thursday with Mindy and I. We're going to look at the Thanksgiving Day card. We got to have some. We got to try to get some action, Mindy.
Gosh, I hope. I still think these games are, I think they're a little tough, at least for me.
No, because without seeing you for a couple of, this is our only chance at
Greatness.
some action over the 2 days for our Team Steam members and subscribers as well. So hopefully we'll have something in these first 3 games for Thursday. Let me bring my Thursday card up here. It's going to be fun. It's going to be exciting, certainly. And even though Detroit plays again, but hey, it's all about Detroit and Dallas and whoever else they want to get until they make a change. So let's talk about it with the Bills and the Lions. They both played their last games just 4 days ago on this same field. And now they'll face each other. And the Bills, they're up to 9.5, total 54.
Geez, I just think, the eye test, it's like I feel like I should take the Bills, but I just can't. The Lions have won 3 straight games now, putting up about 25, 26 points a game here. That's kind of what the Bills have been doing as of late. Just haven't looked, great either. Maybe you can say they're getting the running game going a little bit. Maybe they can score at will sometimes against Diggs, but I think overall, Allen's been, making some mistakes as of late. Lions are 4-0 against the spread in the last four, following a straight up win. Underdog also 4-1 against the spread in their last five meetings here. The Lions, I don't know, they're just scrappy on defense ever since they lost to the Cowboys in a weird one. I'm going to go ahead and go with those Lions on Thanksgiving plus 9.5 here.
All right, Mindy, you're on the Lions. They're on that 3-game winning streak, first 3-game winning streak in 5 years. So pretty impressive the way they came through again. Clutch on the road and got Scotch. I think the Lions have the value, getting those double digits there, 10 points maybe. Yeah, you probably can find 10 out there. Road favorites are 19-5. Last 24 games against the spread on Thanksgiving, and favorites 35-16.
Oh my.
Last 51 on Thanksgiving. Favorites are the way to go. Home underdogs are 1-21.
Oh no.
Straight up. Straight up. They're a big underdog here.
Oh no.
Home underdogs have won just one time over the last 22 games on Thanksgiving. So Buffalo 0-5 on the road by an average of 10 points. This thing has gone way up, and you think Detroit's going to score against this Buffalo defense? I don't know, but I will say this, Mindy, that favorites of 7 points or more this season in the NFL are just 12-23-1 against the spread. So nearly 67% right there on Detroit in your favor. And Cages says Lions buck the trend.
Look at all that. I was shocked that everyone's back in the Lions. I'm totally shocked, actually.
So,
I thought for sure I would get totally hammered on this pick. And no, not at all.
Well, I'm going to go under.
He's hammering me on this pick with his stats.
Well, it's hard to want to lay this many points against a team that's won 3 straight games. I mean, I've seen it before. Detroit's awful on Thanksgiving. I mean, maybe this is it. Maybe they've turned it all around. 4 weeks ago, nobody would have given them this line would have 14 points a month ago. But not anymore. It's still 9.5 points. I mean, these are the games that Detroit. Okay, they've come up. They've upset some teams here and there over the years. I think they beat the Patriots once, the Packers one. And then when they do, it's like Detroit Thanksgiving never take. But it doesn't happen very. Detroit's numbers are very, very bad. The reason why road favorites do so well on Thanksgiving is because it's a road favorite that goes in and beats Detroit every time. So, anyways, these guys are going to disagree with me. Lions offense scoring too many points. I guess Jared Goff is going to go down the field against that Buffalo defense and score a bunch of points. And Cages says lean to the over as well. I'm on the under, guys. Mindy's on Detroit. I think Buffalo's going to win like 31-7.
Okay.
Probably. Anyways, but. So, all right, we got to go
for our free picks. Good luck, everyone.
Yeah, right. Absolutely free.
Complimentary.
There's a great game right here. Important game. Giants and Dallas. Everybody's loving Dallas right now. All of a sudden, why not? They're looking great, and the Giants just had that. We just talked about it against the Lions.
Well, right. I mean, that's what happened, right? The Giants lost to the Lions when the Giants were kind of on a roll or, played the Ravens tough, out there getting stuff done, playing close games with the Jets. And then you have the Cowboys that we were kind of counting them out, blew it versus the Packers, then suddenly go out there and beat the Vikings. And, then everyone wants to put them ahead of the Eagles. I mean, it's just been this craziness over the last, couple of weeks here. But both of these teams are scoring, about the same amount of points here per game. Giants have been within 4 points or less out of, about their last 5 or 6 games. Giants 5-2 against the spread in the last 7. I like the Giants here and the points. I think the points have just gotten too high. I mean, I think this is a Cowboys 5 or 6, not a 9 or 10.
Yeah, I get it. I mean, and Cowboys are getting all that attention certainly right now. But the Giants, don't forget, they're 5-1 not only against the spread as an underdog, they're 5-1 straight up as an underdog. So this has been their role to a certain extent. Now the Cowboys have dominated lately against the Giants, covering 9 of the last 11 meetings. But Dallas against the spread on Thanksgiving, a team that always
Here we
plays
go.
on Thanksgiving, they're 1-11 against
Oh,
the spread, their last 11 games on Thanksgiving. The Giants are going to come in here. They know what to do against the Cowboys. I'm not all about the look ahead, but, uh, you know, the Giants laid an egg last week. They've got to come in and make it another low scoring game if they can here. Uh, I know the move's been on the over a little bit, but they've got to make it a low scoring game in this one if they're going to get it done. Um, uh, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go under. I'm gonna go under in this game. Mindy, you take the Giants. I'm gonna go under. No consensus
yeah,
play.
that's one thing I did not look at was any of those Thanksgiving trends. Call
Yeah.
me a bad
Well,
handicapper,
I
but
mean,
yeah, it's
hey,
like so
it
these
could
are
be
fun
just
trends that you're giving us here, the 1 in 10 for the Cowboys.
that's well. I mean, right? I mean,
Oh,
it's a.
Ramon, you're going to talk about what happened. Look in the chat. Tell us about the game. You were there.
Oh yeah, yes, I
Yeah.
was there, Curtis. So that was the coldest I've ever been in my life. At that point in my life, I was going to Dallas probably 7 or 8 years in a row. That was like my thing to do on Thanksgiving. Was going to a Dallas game, the Dallas Thanksgiving game. I saw him play Kansas City. I saw him play Minnesota. I saw him play the Redskins. And I was there at the Leon Lett game, but you know what? I only had one pair of socks on. I was totally unprepared for what was
California.
about. I mean, I knew it was going to be cold. I'm from Southern California. I had no idea that was the coldest I've ever been in my life at that game, and
I
it was
know. It's still amazing that Ramon was there at that game.
So, anyways, Mindy, I will take the under. You take the Giants. Look, they've got to hang in there. Cowboys now they want to sign OBJ. Be careful what you wish for. I mean, be careful
Yeah.
what you're adding to your. You got great chemistry. You don't want to go screwing it up right now. So, but it looks like almost a done deal. It looks like they want him. It looks like Dak wants him. I mean,
They have
he's
tons of
got
money
some
to throw
great
at it.
receivers. Why do you need OBJ? I don't see it. You know, he's not on a team right now. Okay, one more game, and we've got some Thanksgiving for you. Thanks, more Thanksgiving trends. And but again, I think it pertains more of the Thanksgiving trends to the Lions and the Cowboys because they are the traditional Thanksgiving hosts. These other teams, you
Right.
know,
Not so
they
much.
don't get to play it very as often. So, but anyways, the Patriots and the Vikings. Uh, all of a sudden now the Vikings are only 2.5 point favorite against the Patriots. The Patriots, couldn't even score against the Jets, and the Vikings had uh, their incredible run kind of snapped right in front of them by the Cowboys.
Yeah, I mean, the Vikings just had just an off day. I mean, it's just one of those things that happen every once in a while. But neither of these two teams have scored, an offensive touchdown, in the last week's game, like you said. Patriots defense here, only allowed 3 points in each of their last two games. No matter if you call it weather or not. Unders 5-1 the last six between the Patriots and Vikings. Also 7-2 Patriots last 9 November games. So that's only, a couple of years worth of data there. I'm going to go under the 42.5 here in this one.
All right, Mindy says go under in the late game on Thanksgiving. And I don't know if it's because the last 7 games, the late game has gone under on Thanksgiving, but that's indeed the case.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Minnesota bounce back game, Curtis says. And, I think I tend to agree with Curtis on that one. Don't forget, it's also Thursday night, which we already know is been a massive under 8-17 the last 15 games, dating back to last season on Thursday night right now, continue to go under. So, not just the Thanksgiving under, where it's been 7 straight games to go under. I'll go under as well. We need one play tomorrow.
Yay! We find one.
and kind of agree with Curtis there. Minnesota to bounce back and get it done. Patriots might be, I don't know. We'll see. Maybe Minnesota. Maybe it's all been a fluke. All those wins before falling apart last week and underperforming, or falling prey to how well Dallas is going. So great show, Mindy.
Yes,
Thank
for
you
sure.
so much. Appreciate you so much thank you for everything. Thank you to your family as well. Pass along my thanks to them over these few months, and it's not going to stop. We've got Team Steam. So don't forget, head on over to our website, tonyspicks.com. There you can pick up the premium picks. I've got a 3-pack up there in college basketball and a discount pick. Mindy as well, who is the hottest handicapper right there over the last 7 days. That's why she's on top of the algorithm there. But she's got these plays, NHL 5-pack, NBA 3-pack, 5-pack in college basketball as well. So use the promo code TonyT at checkout if you miss any of our plays on the morning steam. Your plays on the morning steam. You're part of Team Steam. Keep track of our record. Hopefully we build it back up. We need your help here as part of Team Steam, but you can pick up our plays over there. And you see, we do have some winning streaks going in a few sports, to say the least. How about 19-11 in college basketball, Mindy? And we
Yeah,
got
that's not so bad.
3 plays today. We're 36-27 in NFL. We did come up with one consensus play. We're also in the green in the NBA, and we could be massively in the green after
Definitely.
tonight, or we might fall out. But let's hope.
I
We've
feel
got
good. I feel good about Team Steam. I feel good about it, Ramon.
Okay, so make sure you use the promo code TonyT at checkout. But we point that out because Renee Bankston, awesome
Yeah.
to have you here as well. Thank you so much to Renee Bankston joining us as well. Awesome to have you with us here. So great to have you. All right. Anyways, use that promo code TonyT at checkout to save 20% off all premium pick packages. We want to make sure that you are on board with us, and make sure you get our picks over at tonyspicks.com if you ever missed the show and you want to get the picks from Team Steam. So just want to thank everybody. Renee, hey, Lakea was here as well. Good to see Lakea again. Curtis was here. Don't forget Cages. Scotch was here. Mindy, Gerardo stopped by as well. Curtis Mann was giving us the fire with the info. Danielle Cunningham, he's gambling with us this week. Fonzie was here. Don Betts was here. Don't forget Don Betts. Blake was contributing big time today in the chat as well. Hope I got to everybody that has joined us here today in the chat on the show. Ibrahim Diaby, don't forget, thought Mindy's doing a great job on the ice. Obviously she is. Hamid was here as well. So everybody, Mindy, big time show for our holiday show. Thank you again so much. Everyone be safe. We want to see you back here on Saturday. We'll go over as much college football as we can get to. Maybe basketball takes a back seat because we haven't really touched on any Saturday college football, but we're going to pick the biggest, best, most important matchups to preview on that day, as well as NBA and NHL, and maybe we'll find some college basketball. I know it's going to taper off for a few days a little bit, but college football will be here as well on NFL Sunday. All right, Mindy, great job.
Right.
Appreciate you.
Everyone.
Thanks a lot. For Mindy Hahn, I'm Ramon Scott. Thank you for joining us.